Kerry Sullivan here with another howtokickassinsales.com tip of the day. Today is all about 10, 80, 10. Reading a great book right now by Urban Meyer, and Urban Meyer is one of the best college football coaches in the country. He's the head coach at Ohio State right now, and he talks about the concept of 10, 80, 10. And here's how this concept works. Basically, when you have a team or you have an organization, you're gonna have your top 10% performers, and those guys are just outstanding. They're naturally motivated. They're going out there, they're hustling. They don't need you to push them any further. They're gonna go out there and really take things to the next level. Then you got your 80% of the other 80% of the guys, and they're just kind of middle of the pack, right? They're gonna go out there, they're gonna show up every day, but they're not gonna give it that extra effort, and they're just gonna be right there. And then you got your other 10. That's the bottom 10%. They're not really motivated. They're just going through the motions. They're your troublemakers. They're going to be the people that aren't producing, just not really there. So what Urban Meyer does is he has his top 10% guys. He IDs who they are, and he tries to get them to mentor the guys that are in the 80%. They don't really even bother with the bottom 10% there because they're just a waste of time, but they'll get the top 10% guys to go and start mentoring guys in the 80%. And what happens is they'll take 30 or 40% of the team in the end will be at that top level where those top 10% guys started, right? Through that mentorship and really pushing them. And that's what has really helped some of his teams become championship teams. Now, Brian Tracy also talks about this in his sales book, and he told a great story about how there was a sales professional that he was working with one time, and he asked him how he became, and this guy was the top salesperson in his company in the country. It took him 8 years to get there, but Brian asked him, how is it that you got there? And he said, well, one day I noticed I was hanging out with some of the junior sales guys, and then the top 4 sales guys in my office were always hanging out together. So he went up and he would just start talking to these guys. And the first time he went up, he asked, how is it that, or what's a piece of advice that you could give me that would help me in sales? And this guy said, well, time management. And he goes, well, what's time management? He didn't know what it was. He goes, well, this is how it worked. Explained to him how it worked, and he started to get tips that way. And then he just kept asking all the top guys in the company how he could get better and any advice that he had. And then he asked top guys in the country that were in the same company about what he could do to take his game to the next level, and he took it to that next level. So if you're not in that top 10%, you're not naturally motivated going out there and kicking ass with your results and everything else that you're doing, go out there and find those top 10% people out there, right? And just ask them questions. If you could give me any one piece of advice, what would it be? Or what's been the one thing that's been pivotal for your success, right? And just ask questions like that, and these people will be flattered because a lot of the time people aren't asking that. And then take what they tell you and apply it, right? And that's all part of that 10, 80, 10 rule. Find those top 10%, forget about the bottom 10%, and focus in on doing what those top 10% people are doing, and that is the name of the game. I'll see you on the next howtokickassinsales.com tip of the day. If you like this, hey, go to my blog. I actually just put a test up there, and you can see how good you are at sales. Go check it out, and I think you'll like it a lot. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.